Hey there, my name is Carolyn Fetters, and I welcome you to my very first ever virtual masterclass. I am so excited that you're here today, and I know that the information that I'm going to be able to share with you over these next few minutes is going to be a game changer for you. Now, maybe you've heard my name from someone that I've been fortunate enough to have worked with over the past 30 years, or maybe you read about me in a magazine, or you've seen me on social media, or perhaps you've even been in one of my seminars. I am so excited to be here today to be able to share this information with you. Now, I have been so blessed over these 30 years to have helped tens of thousands of people now to solve the things that have been holding them back in life, to solve their weight gain struggles. And I'm going to share a few stories, and maybe something will sound similar to you. Some of the struggles I've heard are people telling me they no longer like to go on family vacations because they don't like the way that they look, like in a tank top or shorts or a bathing suit, definitely not by the pool or at the beach. They hang back from going on hikes or long walks because it's gotten too difficult for them to keep up with their family. Or they no longer even enjoy going clothes shopping anymore because nothing fits their body right, and that's frustrating. But the one thing that hurts me to my core is when people tell me that they're tired all the time and they have less patience with everything and they just can't get back on track with their life and they don't know what to do. They've kind of given up hope. So during this masterclass, I'm going to be revealing what I believe are the 5 critical steps that you need to learn if you want to once and for all solve these struggles that I mentioned and anything else that has caused you frustration. So anything that's been holding you back from living your life to the fullest, I want to help you to overcome. Okay, let's get started right now with my big reveal number 1. Are you ready? Your body can only use a certain amount of food at one sitting. So I'm going to give you a little analogy here. So I want you to picture this. You're at a gas station and you see somebody putting gas in their tank and they've clearly filled it to capacity, but they've told you they have to drive extra far. So they're going to keep pumping in the gas and it's spilling out all over the side of the car and all over their shoes. And that's like really puzzling to you and you don't understand why that's happening. But the reason I share this analogy with you is because this is exactly what happens when you overeat your portions. It spills out of your system. You've already filled your system to capacity and it spills into your system, into your body and gets stored as body fat. Your body can only manage a specific amount of food per sitting as an individual, okay? So we don't want this to happen to you. So that's why I'm teaching you this today, all right? When this happens, it gets stored in your body as body fat. And so that's what we're going to uncover today. So I have a question for you today. Oops, sorry, got fast in front of me. Do you know how much is an appropriate amount of calories or food for you as an individual? I don't know how you could unless someone has taken the time to teach you this information. Now, I know I'm not in front of a live audience right now, but I want you to raise your hand if my gas tank analogy made any sense to you or sounded like a mistake that you've been making because no one ever taught you. Can you see now that your body is the gas tank and food is your fuel? Now, I'm guessing that most of you watching this are raising your hand right now. And here's what I think about this. It's that you're not doing anything wrong. It's that you don't know. Most people don't know how much they're supposed to be eating. Most people know what they're supposed to be eating. And even if they're eating the cleanest foods in the world, they don't know the portion. They're going to get themselves into trouble. And there's nothing wrong with you if you're doing this. You just haven't been taught how much is a right portion for you as an individual of all the foods that you enjoy. So what would happen if you could learn this information? Would that be a huge game changer for you? If you could learn how much to eat, not only per sitting, but throughout your entire day, that would probably change your entire life. And it would also cause your body to no longer need to store body fat because it's getting the exact right amount of food that it needs per meal and per day. Okay, so this is amazing information if you could learn this. Now, I want you to imagine that you're actually teaching your body what you want it to do because you know how to nourish it properly. Now that your body is receiving the exact right amount of calories and food every time you eat, your body will respond. At Balanced Habits, we've had people go through our nutrition programs, drop more weight in 1 week than many people lose in an entire month because they're doing it right for the first time ever. So next up now is my reveal number 2, which I believe is one of the most misunderstood parts about nutrition. Are you ready? Portions and customization are everything, and they will make all the difference if you could learn how to do this right, okay? Again, I want you to raise your hand if you've experienced this, or maybe you even know someone right now who is trying to lose weight, okay? So they've decided they're going to cut out entire food groups. They're going to cut out eating breakfast. They might even cut out eating lunch on days they feel like they can handle it. So they're cutting their calories. And this, this is what we think we're supposed to do, right? It makes sense. If we eat less, we will lose more weight. That's what we're all told. That's what we believe to be true. But there are a couple of flaws with trying to do it this way. And I say trying because it's not something that a person can maintain. And that's important, okay? Of course, initially, if you do this, you will start to lose weight. But within about a week or two, your body will start to experience a drop in energy. You will start sleeping poorly. And any weight that you lost in those first 1 or 2 weeks will unfortunately come right back on, and that's ultimately frustrating. Your body starts to adjust to the starvation, and it starts to burn fewer calories throughout the day, and this is why you're always so tired. That's what explains it, and that's not okay for you. You need to live your life to its fullest every single day. Now, the good news is there is a solution to fixing this, and that's understanding how often you should eat as an individual and what those portions should look like, visually on your plate. So every time you eat, you're sending your body the right message. This is why I didn't know if I had a picture. This is why at Balanced Habits, we get our clients the results that they're seeking. We have expert coaches that know how to ask all of the right questions. And from that information, they're able to recommend the correct portions. And then we provide all of the tools and the resources to help our clients achieve any health goal that they have for them as an individual. Through total customization, we're able to help you to achieve constant energy, which gets you back out into the world and enjoying your life, helps you to develop more confidence, not only as an individual, but more confidence with your nutrition, that you know how to take care of your body all the time. You'll start finding that you're dealing with frustrating issues much easier because you have more clarity. And of course, we all know that your family will benefit from that particular change. All right, next up is my reveal number 3. And this one really excites me. In fact, this is the one that caused me to create this company and keeps me so passionate about what I do. All right, you can rewrite your story at any point in your life. You can rewrite your story at any point in your life. Now, I've never met anyone over all these 30 years that hasn't tried multiple diets or knows people that have been dieting, it feels like their whole life. Now, my mom was one of these serial dieters, and seeing that taught me as a teenager what I did not want to do. So it caused me to become a nutrition and a fitness expert. And 30 years later, I'm just as passionate about what I do as I was 30 years ago. I can't tell you how many people have told me that they've messed up their body so many times by going on and off, on and off, and on and off diets their whole life. And this causes their body to stop functioning properly, and really starts making that it can't give you the results that you're looking for. So if that sounds familiar, we got to get you off that train, and we got to provide you with some good news. Now, this is huge news. Are you ready for this? Your body is only reacting to your last meal. Again, your body is only reacting to your last meal. So what I mean by this is that every time you eat a meal, you're sending your body a message that you want it to either store fat or you want it to release fat for energy, okay? Those are the two scenarios, and that's so awesome to understand that. And it really can be that simple, just those two scenarios. And once you start to send your body a consistent message where you're telling it what you want it to do, that it no longer needs to rely on body fat for energy, it will happen. Look, your body does not want the extra weight or the lack of energy that you're providing it by not eating properly. As human beings, we were really designed to be active. We were designed to be functioning and proficient out there in the world. But it's just that for whatever reason, over time, we've taught our bodies to slow down. We've started to add weight, and our bodies stopped working efficiently because that's what we taught it to do. Look, people even believe that this is just a sign and a step of aging, and it doesn't have to be that way. Once you start to consistently send your body a message that you no longer want it to store body fat, and it will start reacting immediately. Immediately, your body will start reacting. So no matter how badly you've inadvertently been treating your body because you just didn't know, your body will start to rewrite your story the very first time you send it the right message. The very first time you send it the right message, your body starts functioning more efficiently. But this can only happen if you have a customized nutrition program created for you as an individual based on your lifestyle and your goals. Next up is my reveal number 4. And this one is my favorite myth to bust of all the myths that are out there. You ready? Is there such a thing as off-limits foods? Is there such a thing as that? That's more of a question, but that's what we're going to bust right now. Now, every one of us has our own idea of what healthy eating should look like, but drastically changing your lifestyle to include only healthy foods is, pardon my pun, but a recipe for disaster or a recipe for failure. All right, I want you to raise your hand again if you've ever been on a diet that it was only, bland, boring, icky foods that you would have never eaten and things that you just don't enjoy. Or worse yet, your program causes you to have to go to all these different grocery stores to get all the ingredients. And then at the end of the day, you have to eat separately from your family and friends. And that's frustrating. And you're literally on a restrictive diet. And that is no way for you to live your life. Now, look, I love to share this good news. So I want you to hear me right now. If you could get your portions right for you as an individual, there is no such thing as bad food. Okay, I'm going to say that one again. There is no such thing as bad food, only portion sizes. Okay, that's pretty liberating. And here's what I'm excited to share with you. And I wanted to give you some examples before we go on. Now, let's talk about peanut butter. Peanut butter is a great source of energy and will never hurt you. Too much peanut butter will be a problem. Or how about steak? We're all taught that we shouldn't eat red meat, so we save it up and we go out and we have a giant steak. But if you had the right portion of steak, it would never hurt you. Or pasta and rice always get a bad rap for carbohydrates, but in the correct portions for you as an individual, they will give you energy and there will be no negative side effect to this. Now, I could go on and I have a million foods like this that I could share with you. I think you get my point. But what understanding the correct portion size of all foods does is it frees you up to enjoy all the foods that you love. So in a sense, there are no bad foods, only bad portion sizes. All right. That's why that's my most favorite myth to bust. Okay. Next up is my final reveal number 5. And I saved the best for last because this is really the most actionable one that we can work on together. All right. So we're going to talk about this one together and we're going to help you through this. We're going to give you some real steps. Goals are not now. Goals are not now. Okay. I'm going to explain that further. Every one of us sets goals. We should set goals. It's how we progress as human beings. It's how we get better at things. We set goals around our finances, maybe to go on a big family vacation, or maybe we help our kids set goals to get better at their sports or at things at school. And probably all of us set a health goal at least once a year. But goals are not now. Goals are in the future. We might say things like, in 6 months, I want to run a 5K race, or next summer, I want to go on that big family vacation without any financial stress or strain. But what are the chances that we're going to be able to reach those goals if we haven't done the work to get there, if we don't have a plan to help us achieve the goal? How hard is it to get ready to run a running race if you haven't been practicing and setting up like a monthly goal to reach it? Or even the thing with finances to go on that vacation. If you haven't set a plan to set aside finances every month, you're never going to reach that goal. And without a plan, we set ourselves up for failure. And then we might never reach our goal, which causes us to be frustrated with ourselves, and we start beating ourselves up, and eventually the goal just gets pushed back further and further. And this has nothing to do with a lack of willpower. This has nothing to do with weakness. This just means that you didn't have a plan to help you to reach your goal that is down the road, that is in the future. So don't beat yourself up, okay? Now, I'm happy to tell you at Balanced Habits, we have a plan for you. We have a way to make this simple, and it's easier than you think. So let's talk it through a little bit together, okay? The only way that you can achieve a meaningful goal is by having an action step, a complete plan of action to help you to reach it. Your your action plan needs to include daily, achievable, simple, and consistent steps till you can reach your eventual goal. Now that's really important. Those 4 things will help you. You also need to have little incremental steps that include small little wins along the way, so you always feel successful as you're reaching your goal. Now, this is one of the many reasons why our Balanced Habits nutrition clients are so successful on our programs, because our coaches help them to create an easy to follow plan of action. It's really kind of like I guess like a roadmap for every single one of our clients on our nutrition programs. Doing this eliminates all of the guesswork for you. And look, the way I think about it is too many people struggle with their nutrition because they try to do it alone, or they try to do it without an action plan. They don't have a plan to reach the goal. And that is where they get themselves into trouble, and they eventually quit. And then we find ourselves in a bad predicament where we don't want to try anymore. There is no substitute for having expert guidance, having a program designed specifically for you and your goals and your lifestyle by a professional with all of the accountability and support to ensure that you see it all the way through built into your plan. And that's a biggie. You need someone to help you to see it through. And when you can see it through, everything will change. Now, our Balanced Habits motto is KISS, or keep it super simple, for a very good reason, because simple works, all right? Simple works. Without a plan, there is nothing simple about reaching a goal. Look, you have one body and one life. I want you to do it successfully. I want you to be happy. If you've heard anything that resonates with you or makes sense to you during this masterclass, I want you to know that you've heard just a small example, like barely even a snippet of what we want to teach you to help you achieve your health and wellness goal forever. Not for 6 months, not for 12 months, forever. So here's my final question for you today. And it's something that I know we can help you with at Balanced Habits. If you'd like to have more energy, if you're ready to start sleeping better every single night, if you want to get back into those favorite jeans that you've been missing, or start to see your life more clearly every day, if you want to feel comfortable naked, if you want to start dealing with issues without that constant frustration, get the respect of your family and friends because they're watching you do something so successfully. But if you're finally ready to get your life back, even if nothing has worked for you in the past, no matter how badly you've been abusing your body because you've been doing the wrong things because you just didn't know, or how much weight that you need to lose, or anything that's been holding you back, if you want someone in your corner, someone to help you, to support you, to teach you so that all of this becomes effortless and second nature for you, then please, I encourage you to talk to my team. Set up a call with someone on my team, push the button on this page, get in touch with someone who can be there for you every step of the way, and make sure that you can see this through. Okay, remember, one body, one life. I want you to do it successfully. So click on this link, book in with one of my coaches so that together we can discover exactly how we can help you. Now, I really hope my Reveal Masterclass has given you some hope today, has helped you to understand some concepts that have maybe been holding you back in life, And I thank you so much for your time and for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.